This is a new series we are starting. This is about the question and answers. Various questions have been asked in some forums to me, and I have answered that. So we will take up this session, this series, with the question answers, purely on question answers. I have given my understanding of answers to those questions. I am not an authority. I am not a master of anything. But I am another ordinary citizen like everybody. So with that perspective, I have given answers, and let us go through different questions in each episode. In today's episode, I have answered a question: how do I practice Advaita Vedanta? So here I have given the answers from certain books I have read. I'll give it in the reference which are the books I have read. So let us start. How do I practice Advaita Vedanta? Advaita Vedanta cannot be practiced because it is not a method or a system to practice. It is more than that. It has to be understood because it is a way of life. You will see a few things now. If you want to practice Vedanta or Jnana Yoga, the only thing you should do mainly is to smile always, be cheerful. He who is gloomy, who is cheerless, who has a castaway face or a Sunday face, cannot become a Vedanti. Why? Because he has got sorrow in his heart. And for a Vedantin there is no sorrow. This world is a Leela. He is not an Adhikari or a qualified person for the practice of Vedanta. Such a man should shut up in the cell, as he is the source of infection or contamination for others. Shun the company of a negative person. A man of Viveka alone is fit for the practice of Vedantic sadhana. And a man of Viveka is always peaceful and joyful. The central position of Advaita Vedanta tradition is that in reality there is no difference between consciousness and the universe, no real distinction between the individual. The entire universe and God, Brahman, Advaita really meaning not to, literally meaning not to, are non-dual, declares that universe is a manifestation of one undifferentiated reality, expressed in Sanskrit as Brahman. Neuter in gender, it literally means growth, development, swelling, or the supreme, transcendent and immanent reality, or the one Godhead. This is told by Shankara in 788 or 820 AD. One of Advaita's greatest exponents describes the nature of Brahman as such: that which permeates all, which nothing transcends, and which, like the universal space around us, fills everything completely from within and without. That supreme non-dual Brahman, that the what? Vedanta, however, is not a mere view of reality. It is also a way of life. Not ordinary life, but spiritual life. Its aim is to enable human beings to solve the existential problems of life, transcend human limitations, go beyond suffering, and attain supreme fulfillment and peace. As a direct transcendental spiritual experience, Advaita marks the highest point of spiritual realization a human being can attain in the climatic experience of the distinction between the individual and the cosmic is lost. And the distinctions between the knower, the thing known, the knowledge disappear. It is Advaita as experience that forms the main theme of Upanishads. Shankara's main endeavor was to establish non-dual nature of Brahman as the ultimate reality. His most original contribution, however, was the introduction of the concept of cosmic negative principle, known as Maya or Ajnana, ignorance. In order to explain the origin of the universe and the existence of duality in the phenomenal world without affecting the non-dual nature of the Brahman. But by Advaita is meant the non-duality of Brahman, or rather denial of duality in Brahman. The central concept of Vedanta Darshana is that Brahman is the ultimate cause of the universe and the ultimate reality. This is accepted by all schools of Vedanta, dualistic as well as non-dualistic. What then is the difference between Dvaita and Advaita? One basic difference is that according to dualistic schools, individuality is real and persists even in the state of mukti, whereas in Advaita, individuality is unreal and does not persist in the state of mukti. Shankara says what is called Jiva is not absolutely different from Brahman, Brahman itself being conditioned by adjuncts such as buddhi, intellect and the like, comes to be called the doer and experiencer. The difference between the individual self and the supreme self is due to the presence of limiting adjuncts such as the body, which are set up by names and forms and created by avidya. There is actually no difference. In the dualistic schools, the word Atman is used to refer only to individual self, not to the Brahman. Advaita denies Swagata Veda in Brahman. According to Advaita, in the state of mukti, the Atman does not remain distinct from Brahman, but becomes one with it. In fact, there is no distinction between Atman and Brahman. As soon as the identification with mind and body disappears, the distinction between Atman and Brahman also disappears. Hence, Advaitins use the terms Atman and Brahman interchangeably. As Sri Ramakrishna used to say, Brahman is the only thing which has never become Uchishta, that is defiled by human mouth. Brahman is the sole reality. The Upanishads declare all this as Brahman. There is no multiplicity here. Maya or Ajnana or Avidya or ignorance is regarded in almost all schools of thoughts as absence of knowledge, inadequate knowledge or wrong knowledge. The Advaita view of Ajnana differs from all other views in three ways. Ajnana is not merely a psychological process taking place in a person's mind, but a universal ontological phenomenon present everywhere. Ajnana is an adhyasa or adhyarupa, that is superimposition. Reality is of the nature of knowledge. Ajnana is a veiling or covering of knowledge. Ajnana is not mere negation, it is something positive, bhava-rupa. The countless objects of the universe are not mere illusions. They are real as long as empirical world remains. They are all produced by Maya. This shows Maya is something positive. One of the most fundamental ideas of Vedanta is pure consciousness, Sit or pure knowledge, Jnana. Is self-existent, that is, it exists by itself, independent of body and mind. Then we will see a few verses from Avadhuta Gita. All that exists in this world of forms is nothing but the self, and the self alone. How then shall the infinite worship itself? Shiva is one undivided whole. What then is the heart of the highest truth, the core of knowledge, the wisdom supreme? It is, I am the self, the formless one. By my very nature I am prevailing all. That one God who shines within everything, who is formless like the cloudless sky. It is the pure stainless self of all. Without any doubt, that is who I am. I am the infinite and immutable one. I am pure consciousness without any form. I don't know how or to whom joy and sorrow appear in this world. I have no mental karma, either good or bad. I have no physical karma, either good or bad. I have no verbal karma, either good or bad. I am beyond the senses. I am the pure nectar of the knowledge of the self. Vedantic assertions, few assertions we will see, which is the final truth. Consciousness is Brahman. This is one assertion. I am Brahman. Consciousness means Prajnana Brahma. Consciousness is Brahma. Aham Brahmasmi. I am Brahman. Tattvasam Asi. Thou art that. You are that. I am Atma Brahma. This Atman is Brahman. Sarvu Kalayvad Brahma. All this indeed is Brahman. Everything is Brahman. These are some of them are called Mahavakyas, great sentences. If you understand completely this, that itself is enough for your enlightenment. With this, the answer to the question ends. That is as simple as this. The understanding is the realization. Realization, enlightenment, or understanding of the Vedanta. So it is not a practice, but understanding, because it is a way of life. It is everything. With this, we will end this episode. Stay with me for another episode. Subscribe to my channel. Thank you.